Okay. Hello, everyone. It is Friday afternoon, moving into evening quickly, and I'm making this for Saturday morning because I know I'm going to be distracted and I've got a super duper good but busy day tomorrow, so I wanted to do this right now. And I also just felt the nudge to be here, to get in and do this right now, right this minute, okay? And just so happened, I need a little pick me up, so I decided on a cup of coffee. And I was going to get the Celebrate mug because it just felt like we're turning a corner, turning a tide, so to speak. But this one, and I've used this so much lately, trust in the process. I don't know what it is, but this one, as soon as I picked it up, it's like, oh yeah, this is it. Whatever the process is, whatever is going on, trust the process or trust in the process. Sometimes we can't always have the answers, but we can always ask for what we want, ask for what we need, and trust that it has been heard. And if that is something that is truly in our best interest, then I just keep hearing divine timing. So I don't know if that's going to come into play with the reading today, or I don't know, but that's what I just heard, and that's what it came up. So we'll see. All right. Okay, well, don't need my big glasses right away. All right, so what we're going to do first, I'm going to pull a card from two different decks just to set the tone. And I want to start with the Animal Ally deck, Animal Oracle. And yeah, I know if I'm a little scratchy, whatever. Wow, I think we're having a lot of air quality alert kind of days around here, and it is kicking up the asthma and the breathing issues, so that's what's going on. Okay, but I am feeling better than earlier. All right, Wolf. Interesting. All right, Pathfinder. We've got wolf energy around us. With the paternal line of my family, wolves were always, and it wasn't ever anything they said or did, but it was just, there's a sense of, well, there's that, when you have wolf ally around you. And guys, when people say a power animal or animal ally, and that's just the words I use, but what that means is that guides and guardians can come in all forms so that our human brains can wrap around them. When we talk about a animal ally or a power animal, what that means is simply that it's the qualities surrounding that particular animal or species that is reaching out to you. I mean, we are part of the earth. We are part of this natural world. We are beings and we are animals incarnate in this world. And so it would make sense that we, our very distant ancestors had to follow the shifts of light and dark and time and be aware of the animals and live in communion, connection, and sometimes as adversaries with them. So it is a good way, and it is another tool to use to connect with guides and guardians that might seem more accessible. There's a lot of theories of thought around it, but and you can look at some people and almost tell what kind of animal energy they embody within themselves, So they are also here as helpers along the way. They help us to with prophetic kind of work, and they help us to understand cycles of weather and time and what's going on. And if you see a large cluster of such and such type of animal, then it means this or that kind of thing. So wolf is around us. Wolf energy is around us right now. And I always see wolf as it is a clan pack animal. I'm sorry, I don't know what I smudged on. Oh, maybe incense. I don't know. Anyway, they're a clan kind of pack animal. And they are hunters. But yet, they are also nurturers. They are playful. They vocalize. So what do you need to vocalize? And I'm seeing the moon. What do you need to howl about? Okay? Use your voice. Ooh, energy is thick in here right now, all of a sudden. Did you guys just see a pattern on the wall of leaves? Because there's no way it could have... Well, I don't know. Okay. Well, let me read the card. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. That's beautiful. All right. So we know we have that energy about us today. And then we're going to do one from the Angels and Auras Oracle. And we're going to find out. Whoop. Let's set the tone. What is it? Guardians and Guides. What is the tone for this reading? What is it that you want us to know? Take the one off the top. All right. We've gotten this a few times too. Self-respect and worthiness. Self-worth, affirmations, independent and motivated. Remember that exercise I frequently ask you to do? Can you stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself? You can even hold yourself and say, I love you. I am proud of you. We do such a good job. We try so hard and it's valued. I value you. You are worthwhile. I love me. I love you. However you want to say that. But it's one of the hardest things that people will do. I feel like we've got one more coming out of here. And then we'll get into some tarot, okay? And here we go. Hold on. Oh, that's funny. I said, here we go. And this card says, time to go. All right. 2 suitcases in the doorway, but notice those cases have angel wings on them. So this isn't just any normal trip. Transformation, completion, confirmation, and exit. All right. The red door and card 41, that number is significant for some reason. If that means something to you, someone has a red door, or it's embarking on an adventure. Okay. All right. So can you give me a message about that, Spirit? They want me to get into the tarot and it will come up again. And the wings on the suitcases, divinely guided and in divine timing, you will be where you need to be. It needs to be in the right time, the right place, the right space, the right energy. But it is time to get going and start working on affirmations and manifesting your dreams. And that could be a healthy body, a healthy heart. It could be prosperity. It could be a new career. It could be learning a new skill. And for some of you, it's going to be that. It's going to be learning a new trade, learning a new skill, going back to school to learn a new vocation or career path, however you want to call it. It's time. It is time to pick up your bags. We spent a lot of time unpacking bags and unpacking our stuff. Now it's time to repack it with what we want and start the journey. All right. So let's see what the tarot has to say about this journey. What is the journey? I'm sorry, my allergies are just out of control. So I'm all sniffly and snorty. I sound like Agatha almost. Spirit guides and guardians. This one kind of popped out. Well, should I take it, or is this a single message? It's a single message. The King of Swords. Let me make sure I'm looking at this right. It feels like, and he's surrounded by a bunch of animals and birds and stuff. He's actually sitting on a hill with a sword planted in the ground behind him, but he is surrounded by flying beings that can travel, that can move. He has wings or birds' wings adorning his shoulders, and he has feathers on his wrist. It's an air sign, I know that. Owl, bat, dragonfly, crow, or raven. But I swear to you, I saw a ship. Every time I see this, I almost always see a ship. And the wind blowing his hair, the wind blowing, it almost feels like sails of a ship. What is the message from the King of Swords, from this card, Spirit? When the journey begins, embrace it. Don't try to control it. Don't try to manipulate it. Don't try to guide it. Let the wind carry you. Let the wind blow through your hair. Let the wind be your guide. Very in tune with nature. Very in tune with your animal allies. Very in tune with everything around you. Okay. All right, so what is the message? Let's continue on. Spirit guides and guardians, what is the message you have? The dominant message for the collective. This is a general reading, so please understand that. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. But what is the dominant energy for the collective at this time about the winds of change and movement? One started to flip, but then it didn't. So far, we've only got one, and it's the Six of Wands. I still feel like we're coming back to that scenario of someone is getting ready to step into a spotlight, and someone is getting ready to have a shift of career path, shift of awareness, and the old phrase is coming up. This person is no longer going to hide his or her light under a bushel. Okay? All the hard work you've been putting in is about to be seen and recognized. Okay. Now, being patient is going to be key in these last few steps. That's what I'm getting. Being patient will be key in these next few steps. All right. What else? What are the other messages you have for us? What is the message you have for what is the dominant message you have for the collective regarding this situation? Anything else? All right. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got the King of Cups. And we've got the Hierophant. Okay. They said take one more. And the other one on the bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. Don't get trapped in your head. You don't have to make a decision. You just simply have to roll with it, be in the flow, and understand that you are divinely guided, and let your heart, as well as with that King of Swords, your mind, lead the way. You will know what to do if you trust your inner knowing. If you trust all the work you've already done, if you trust your wisdom, if you trust your discernment, if you trust all that you have learned up to this point, don't overthink the decision. Just roll with it. Okay. Now, that was just from the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else we've got here. And I want to get them in the order they came out. Okay. Actually, it was like this. All right. Okay. They said to count how many cards we have out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And I'm not including those 3 that were at the bottom of the deck because that was extra. There are 9 here on the table, so we're coming to the end of a cycle. We are coming to the end of a cycle with whatever situation this is, okay? So for the collective, the message, go with the flow, trust your discernment. You are coming to the end of a cycle, a full rotation, but not back where you started. Coming out of that, learning the full lesson and moving on to the next adventure. Okay? So that's the importance of that number, I believe. All right, so we talked about this. The 6 of Wands. Now, I'm just going to show you the cards, then I'm going to ask Spirit to interpret it. Then we have the 7 of Wands. What they do want me to say is that even though, look how serene and just totally at peace, meditative, genuine peace, even though there are all these little wands coming up underneath, trying to jab, nothing is getting in her bubble, his or her, doesn't matter, it's the energy. No one's getting into that person's bubble. They can throw as many little jabs and swords, and not swords, but spears or wands or, whatever they want to do. And in that way, the dark stuff, sometimes people like to say, ooh, I'm in this, whatever. I'm not getting into that. So people can do whatever they want to do. It's not going to reach you. It's not going to touch you. You are surrounded in a bubble of light, and the totality of all you have learned, about being in the light and radiating your light. She has a light coming through her solar plexus outward. Can you see that? I'm going to get the card as close as I can. And that, what I'm hearing, that is actually what's creating that shield and that bubble around her. All right, so we've got 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, the Hermit, again, a light radiating from within, moving out. Queen of Wands, excuse me, I'm heavy on the wands right now. Queen of Cups. All right, so 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, Hermit, Queen of Cups, 4 of Wands. A lot of fiery energy going on here. The Magician, Judgment, the 5 of Coins, or the 5 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, so don't let these last 2 cards here throw you off. The 5 of Coins and the 7 of Swords. That is just a caution to not get in your head. Don't feel like you have to scoop everything up and hoard it and hide your light under a bushel and run off in the darkness. No. Judgment is coming. You hold true to what you know to be true, and you will be rewarded in whatever way that means. And the greatest rewards come from trying to be the best person you can be and doing what's right. Those rewards will follow you from this lifetime into the next. So, Spirit, take over, please. You do a much better job than I do. You're coming into your own. This is a reading of coming into your own, The only battle you have to be aware of is your own battle within, your fear of failure, fear, a sort of a self-sabotage thing. You do not have that to worry about at all unless you bring it to you by continually focusing on it. You have a giving, wonderful heart. You are coming into celebration. You are, it's like a party. It's almost like a release party, a welcome party, a reception type party. It's something to celebrate all the hard work you've put into something. And nothing is going to get you down. You just have to remember to let your light shine. You still need a certain amount of time on a regular basis to kind of go within, reflect, and do your own thing. It's kind of like an internal housekeeping of sorts. And you don't have to apologize for that. All you have to do is say, okay, for the next hour or half a day or, whatever, my phone's going to be off because I'm going to meditate, I'm going to go within, or I'm just going to go for a walk, whatever it is. And it generally doesn't take that long. It's not like you have to go, do a vow of silence month retreat. No, you'd be bored out of your mind. And then start sneaking back on your phone, right? All things are coming to you. If things do heat up in terms of job or accolades or someone publishing a book, I think someone is really getting close to publishing. And you may start out self-publishing, but I think an agent and a publisher is going to snap it up really quickly. So I don't know who that's for. There will be a lot of naysayers. Oh, you can't do this, or why are you doing that, or what? There's always going to be someone who wants to drag you down because they don't want anybody doing better than they are. But you know what? What they don't understand is this isn't about them or for them. This is for you and your mission of what you want to accomplish. And you've been working your whole lifetime on it, so good for you. And in so doing, you come into a place of peace within yourself. The caution is also, once those accolades start coming in, don't let it get to your head. Remain humble, 1. 2, remember who you are as a spiritual being, and this is only one lifetime in a whole long line of lifetimes, and potentially more. 3, remember why you first wanted to do whatever it is that you're receiving the rounds of applause or accolades for, okay? Always go back to that feeling, and that will help to keep you grounded. I think I'm on 4. I don't remember what number I'm on now. Well, anyway, I think 4. 4, have joy in what you do. You're not doing anything to prove anything to anyone. And let that light radiate and shine, because that's truly what life is all about. There was a 5th I was going to bring up. Oh, and 5, make time to ground and center, reflect, and go within. Try not to become so busy that you lose your sense of connection to yourself and your spiritual self and the divine, okay? Because that is why all of this is happening for you. All right, well, that's pretty cool. If somebody's got something going on, leave a comment about it. Well, unless you're not ready for public notice yet. But when you are, leave a comment for us. And that way we can all support you in that. All right. No, they don't want me to use this one. Okay. I don't know. They're actually telling me to pull this up. When I was a child, and there is every religion, or if we're going to talk about organized religion, in addition to spirituality and whatever, I think there's probably all the major religions have been in my family at some point. Some nearer and more recent than others. But when I was a kid, there was more of a focus on the spirituality, and some people, would talk about it. Some people wouldn't, and what they saw, what they felt, whatever. I've kind of touched on that before. But when I was a kid, I lived across the street from a family, had a ton of kids, and I would get to go across the street and stay the night at their house sometimes. And they had this print on the wall. And a lot of you know what it is. It's the guardian angel on the shaky, rotting bridge guiding these scared little tiny children across. I remember, and I grew up in a very violent household. I mean, it was just insane. I mean, there were good people, there were wounded people, there were just some people who had no business having kids. A whole hodgepodge of stuff. And I've got some wonderful relatives and incredible ancestors, and I've got some completely crazy ones, and so, but I remember going across the street and seeing this on the wall. And I'm going somewhere with this. It brought me so much comfort and I was a little kid. I mean, little. And I remember looking at it, and something about it resonated, and I felt the room fill up. And I'm talking about maybe like 7, 8, probably 8, maybe 8 at the oldest. I'd say probably 7. And no, I was young. Yeah, I had to be, because we were right across the street at the time. So I was probably 6. I might have been 6 or 7. And I don't remember. But anyway, but I could feel the room getting warm and full and energetically full. And I wanted to just cry. I wanted to cry and cry and cry, but I couldn't. You just, weren't allowed to cry. I don't think I cried literally heavy, hard, where people could see it, first time cried, until I was well into my 20s. So, but I wanted to cry. And I felt, for the first time, I thought, oh my gosh, that's love. And I just felt so filled with light and so filled with love. And I knew that I wasn't alone. I knew I was not alone. That image has stayed with me all these years. And for a long time, it was always, yeah, well, that's just an image. And yeah, we have supporters around us, whatever, but they don't look like that. Well, some of them do. And I'm talking about like the wings. I know not all do, and maybe that's a manifestation that we've put on them to make us understand who they are, but I don't think so. I think there's a particular group, because it's like you can feel it, and it doesn't mean you see them all the time. Sometimes just normal shoulders and you just see a human form. But every now and then you get a treat. And I think that's why feathers, and especially all those winged birds in the King of Swords card at the beginning, you are being watched over and protected in whatever journeys you take. Remember why you're taking the journey. Always try to remember to be in the pursuit of the things that bring you light and happiness, because that in turn creates a greater light for everyone else. I know I kind of digressed a little bit, but if you are feeling uncertain, if you are feeling a little lonely, if you are reaching out, or you need an image to hold on to, this is a non-denominational image. mean, yeah, it's a Catholic prayer card because that's where you find it. But it doesn't mention anything about religion in it or even on the prayer on the back. And here's the prayer on the back if you want to see it. I'm just going to hold it up for you. But these beings do not concern themselves with any singular religion. So it's what resonates with you and your traditions that bring you comfort and hopefully humanity. So they cross a lot of lines and they do not want to be bound to any one dogmatic way of thinking. I do know that. And they are all of service to the all that is, the higher being, the one that we carry a spark of within us. A lot of people call that being different things depending on what tradition you follow. So, Sunday, I always take Sunday off just to have a day of downtime. I think we all need that. But this is what I want to leave you with, this image. And truly, we are all like children in the eyes of God, in the eyes of Spirit. When we return home, we step into our full selves, our higher self, or most enlightened self. And yeah, then we are big and bold and beautiful, and we can help guide someone else. And yes, I do believe that there are those that incarnate that are angelic and those who choose not to incarnate. And that's fine too. It's whatever's needed. But that's the image I want to leave you guys with until Monday. And I'm wishing you peace and happiness and joy. And let your light shine. Okay? I'm sending you so much love and gratitude. Thank you so much. And we will talk later. Bye.